done one of our... Oh, no, we've done
Our
quite a
first
few.
online workshop. Really?
Yeah.
We've done like a month-long workshops before, but we just did like a 2-hour special.
It was actually
It was
so
good.
nice. We babbled on so much though that like we overran so much.
We were like, oh my god, 2 hours is a long time, and literally I could have gone on for 6.
Me too.
The psychic the other day told me that I don't plan things and like things come out my mouth, and I was like,
So
Exhibit
true.
A.
We didn't actually like go over it, and it's the first time I probably ever felt like really nervous. I was like, Jen, I'm nervous.
I was more nervous for the in-person one, because we literally sat there like, there's gonna be people sat here like, what are we doing?
Looking at us like,
literally like, tell me the answers. Oh, but it actually,
it
really
went
well.
amazing.
And I
Thank
said
you
at
so
the
much
end,
for everyone that came.
Like, yeah, thank you. But it was so cute at the end. Like, everyone was saying like thanks and things, and me and Sam were literally like 2 Cheshire cats. Like,
You're like, girls, how do you feel? Like,
welcome.
what's the feeling? And they're like, empowered, inspired, and I'm like, yes, that's what we need on your perfect Sunday morning. No matter if you're hungover, like
it would almost be quite nice hungover. Like, imagine waking up in a bit of a
well,
hole.
loads of them
like,
were in bed because they reshared pictures
from
in bed. I was like, you guys,
I would have been in bed 100%. I'm
Me
getting up
too.
really early again at the minute, and I'm
yeah,
happy
I'm
about
getting up
it.
early. I love it.
Like 7 a.m. like easy.
Yeah,
I love it.
me too.
But then I said like I'm eating a lot because like by 9 a.m. I've had like breakfast snacks. Today before I came, I got here at 9:30. Bear in mind, so like I was probably ready by 9. So between 7:30 and 9, I had a coffee, but I had like a double shot. So I had a lot of coffee. Came here and had a coffee. Had avocado on bagel, a mini Mars bar, and a 5 banana bar. And I'm starving.
You know what? I
Really
drink
half
so
11.
much coffee, and like to have like 3 or 4 oat lattes in a day, like my stomach is 90% oat milk. And so I went into a cafe the other day and I was like, I don't know what I'm ordering here. Like, I don't want a cup of tea. I was like, I don't know what I'm
A cup of
getting.
tea is such a waste out. Like, I got a cup
It
of
was
tea
£3,
yesterday.
£10.
For a cup of tea, like a tea
I was
bag,
like,
some hot
it is-
water and a small amount of milk. It's preposterous.
Disgusting, it
Yeah,
really is.
disgusting.
Disgusting.
It is though, I said that. Like, I went for a cup of tea yesterday. I went to M&S with my mum and dad. It was really cute, actually.
Aw.
Yeah, and I literally, it's like, yeah, £3.20 for a cup of tea. Couldn't believe my eyes.
It is a joke.
And like, my dad only gets an Americano, and I'm like, what's the point?
When people in a cafe get an
Black
espresso,
coffee.
no,
Yeah.
and they go, I'm like,
Espressos
£3
in general, like,
yeah.
how do you have an espresso? It put me off Starbucks coffee for so
the
long.
thing is,
so
if you
I
want that
remember
buzz,
having-
it's like a
having
shot,
it.
isn't it?
But the taste, I remember literally shotting this espresso, and I was like, and I literally, every time I
Well,
had
me
a Starbucks
and
there,
Callum went to Rome, and we were like, let's do it how the Italians do it. So, to be fair, we had like 8 Aperol Spritz over dinner and was like, can I have an espresso, please? Yes, I'll take the biscuits, thank you.
No, that's what, like, my brother does that. He was like, saying how he went
brother's
to...
technically European.
He is, yeah, but he, like, when he lived in France over lockdown, he was like, honestly, the way that, like, because obviously his girlfriend's French, like, the way that they pair the wines with the food is just, like, insane. They'll have, like, start off with a small glass of champagne, work their way through the wines, an espresso to finish, and he went to Roland, actually, one of my mum's friends in London, and he did, like, this dinner party for them. Makes them sound so posh. Roland is, but I don't, like, I'm not. But, that's why I don't know about it. But, they went, and he was like, it was the most immaculate like meal. I was on the tube on the way home, like my belly was just like, thank you. They were having like
Singing to him.
yeah. They had like champagne to start, like wine throughout, a whiskey, espresso, like they were having it like all perfectly balanced with the food.
Wow. Well, that's
I'd
what me
love
and
to know
Callum
more
were
about
saying.
that.
Like, so we went to France and I was like, ew, like my breakfast, like I've got sriracha all over it, like bit of mayo in
Where's
there.
it?
You know, like me in general, like
Um,
I used to put so much sauces and like so much on a plate. I'd overcomplicate it. I'd have huge oat lattes for breakfast. Like it'd all be so complex. And then when we got to like Italy, it'd be like a little croissant
Yeah.
with like a nice espresso,
Where
and
she'd
it's
be like, I
really
can't have a
light.
pastry for my breakfast. Like that's so unhealthy. But then you're at home, literally like with the garlic mayo like this.
Yeah, that's what I
Me
mean.
stuffing in the mini Mars bar.
That's what that was it. I got to my brother's yesterday and he's like, you cheeky bitch, why are you going through my cupboard? So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm starving. I had crisps, spout needs to coming out. I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, at Sam, she has this chocolate jar in her fridge, and I just don't have that all. Actually, last night I had Cadbury's orange. So good.
And there was the Lynn orange with the raspberries we used to get all the time, the family bar.
Oh my god, my mouth just watered. Wow.
With a bottle of red. We've always done it right, guys. Don't get me wrong.
After the gym as well, balance.
Oh, so nice.
What was I going to say then?
My chocolate jar.
Oh yeah, and literally like we'll get in and there's just all like Malteser,
Merry Teasers,
loads like Smarties. They do Smarties buttons now. I really
digestive biscuits. We've got fudges. We've got all dark chocolate. Do you know the organics, like the dead, like posh? My mum's boss is just literally
like green and black.
Green and black, that's it.
Yeah.
Green and black, and there's all different like butterscotch flavours. We're all gone now, don't we?
Because we had a stressful night. Like her mum looked up, we drank all of her gin, we'd ate all of her chocolate. Oh, it's really tight that.
I know.
When we get paid, we'll get her another one.
Yeah. Pay us, please. So we thought today we would answer some questions that we asked on Miracle Mindsets. We asked you all to send in any advice, tips, anything. And we thought, because we've literally wanted to do a YouTube video
channel
and
video
for so long, so we did it, and we were pretty consistent for a week. And then,
I was going to say, not for very long. We always, I was saying on the workshop just then, so start a YouTube, and we were like, well, funny you say that, we always literally record little bits, but I just have them on my phone.
We've just done a workshop about taking action.
Everything, yeah, I know. I have
so
many.
We
could do a compilation, and they'd all be like, hi guys, finally starting. Hi guys, finally starting.
From 2017 to now. So the first one is, my friends aren't supporting me the way I would like them to, and it makes me feel so disheartened. Do I give too much?
We've had a few things come through like that to Miracle Mindsets, this has happened to me, it's made me question the friendship, this has happened, is it a one-sided thing? And it's so hard that.
It is difficult, because I think that people, not in a selfish way, everyone is out for themselves. We're always looking at what's best for us, and we're usually always going off our own timeline. I do think that everyone's going off their own timeline, so sometimes people don't realise that they've neglected the friendship, or they're not supporting you in the way that you want them to. But I do think there comes a boundary. If you're expecting support of someone and they're not providing it to you, you do need to be honest with that person and say look, this is what I expect out of a friendship, I would do the same thing for you. And if they don't want to reciprocate it, and if they don't want to show you the support that you need, maybe they aren't there.
I think it just comes when you don't feel like it's being matched, the effort that you're putting in, and
it's the worst feeling, that when you're giving so much,
I think
and someone's not reciprocating it.
It can happen though, because so much can go on in somebody else's life. Say if they've gotten closer to their work friends and things, you don't know what they've been through with those people that's made them closer to that, or maybe they've gone away and have become close with other people, and I can see it from that side as well, of genuinely not meaning any harm or love for somebody to feel that way, but you feel like you've just drifted, but the other person feels still closer. So it is so hard. But I'd say either definitely say if that's how you feel, because sometimes friends just think that that's the way that the relationship is. I know with one of my friends, it's she always seems to make the plans, so and I'm always so happy to do that. But then I did think the other day, oh, they've not said anything, I better be the one to initiate this plan.
You've got to be aware. I think the same way as we always look for a relationship, friendships are a given sometimes for us, so we don't take a minute to think, am I nurturing that friendship? The same, with a relationship, you're constantly questioning, are they right for me? Do our values align? But with friendships,
because it's passive.
It's so passive, but it needs to, I think that the way to blossom your friendships and things like that is to really nurture them, and stop taking it so passive, and stop thinking that your friends are always going to be there, or stop thinking, oh, I know she thinks I'm there for her, because you've got to show people that, you've got to be there the way you say that you are, because I do think actions speak so much louder than words in friendships. And if you are going out your comfort zone and you're trying something new, and if they're not there to support you, and you've told them how you feel and they're still not, I think you're probably going in a different direction, and that's okay as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think communicate how you're feeling, and if
It is.
It
It depends on the situation as well, guys. But you know deep down if you feel like your needs aren't being met,
and you know
in
what
a
your
friendship.
needs are, and like maybe other people that you could like get that from as well. But yeah, it is hard. But I do think like friendships and like getting closer with people and like distancing from people is almost like a natural part. Like you never
We
know
hold
the full
on to
situation.
stuff a lot.
Yeah, and you never know the full situation of what somebody else is going on to. Like they might want to distance themselves from like their hometown, and in the process they've become a little less close to you. It's nothing half as personal as you're taking it,
So true.
but like it just feels it. So communicate, but yeah, it's shit. But I think
It's just shit.
But I think like relationships do like
Fizzle and new ones
sometimes.
come in. So don't be afraid to let things go.
Yeah.
Because better may come.
Yes. The second one is all my friends are in relationships and I'm alone for Valentine's again. Help me. This is Millie G Fit was talking about this the other day. We did a podcast with her and she was like, I was just always the one and I wanted a relationship, but like I just didn't have one. I don't know why. But I think sometimes like with Valentine's and things, or like when your friends talk about a relationship, like it makes you think that you want something just because they talk about it. Whereas like for me, for so long, I genuinely didn't want a relationship. But like my friends would say it to me. Like I remember you saying it to me, and I was like, why are you saying that? Like I stopped saying that I think you need, or not I think you need someone.
I
but,
just
like,
said I can't
for
wait
you to get
until
someone.
we can all be a four, but I meant that so passively, but it's obviously triggered.
This is ages ago. I was like, oh, like it's the last thing on my mind. Like I've really like not thought about it. But you'll get to a point. So if Valentine's is the trigger, and you're thinking, oh God, like I should get a relationship. All my friends in one. I'm alone for this day. Like, do you think that all the time, or is it just now?
I think as well, you've got to think it is just a day. Like, I
Yeah.
think the pressure comes from like Valentine's, like I'm meant to be in love. Love is what everyone strives for. But at the end of the day, like it's not. We're literally doing a campaign called I Come First because I know like that a relationship adds value to your life, but it does not complete you in any way. Like you're still yourself. You still got all of your goals. You're still you. And like we even said, like if you're feeling like that, and I understand it. Like it's like if you're doing nothing on New Year, it's still just a day, and then New Year's Day will come and you'll forget that you felt like that. But I know
It is
it's
just
the
the
pressure.
pressure,
It's the
yeah.
pressure of like, oh my God, like everyone's in love and I'm not. But
Or like it's a time when people are asking you, what are you doing for Valentine's then? And it's like, well, I'm not doing anything.
yeah. But the thing is, like, it's just a day, and also like work on loving yourself. Point foremost, like don't
Stay
feel
with
like you
love,
need
yeah.
someone to complete you. Like nourish yourself, like have a gorgeous bath, go on a walk, listen to your podcast, buy yourself something lovely, like whatever you want to do. But also plan something with your friends. We were saying this, like I'd much rather, like we're gonna do like a bottomless brunch or
I
something.
would genuinely rather, like, even if I had like a fucking Brad Pitt as my boyfriend, I would still rather go on like a dead boozy, have such a laugh Valentine's brunch in like this like bottomless brunch bar than sit like this in like
Steak, please,
in a
madame.
restaurant full of other people doing this. And like the waiter coming up, can I offer you the Valentine's special, the pairing wine? Like that, I would still always just rather a Valentine's brunch.
Yeah, me too. So plan something with the girls. Like we're gonna be definitely doing that. Like we'll like no matter if I have a boyfriend or not, I have always said and genuinely always will say like put yourself first, or like never ever like get rid of your friendships to make space for this love, because it can all go hand in hand, and like I'll never choose one over the other. Valentine's night it is.
I know. Right, okay. So somebody wants to know, just booked their working holiday visa for Australia and they want to know our experience.
Oh God,
I'm
Where to
so
start?
jealous.
Where
I'm
to
so
start?
jealous. Honestly, like,
Where
I'd
to
say
start?
to go in with no expectations, to go in and like join in whatever you want to join, be a part of it all, like throw yourself in, go and
Yeah.
stay in a hostel, make friends with the people from
I would
all different
say-
countries on the rooftop, and just have a party.
Yeah, I'd say like when you first go, expect the only thing to probably expect is to feel uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like when like every single time we went back to Oz, we'd feel exactly the same. Like, oh my God, I've left my hometown. What am I doing? But
Yeah.
then
'Cause
you
it's
get into
so-
it, and like you're all family, because like you're all out there
All
and
the
you're
same situation.
I just
But
love
like
it.
it's the weirdest thing when you sat at home thinking like I'm going on a plane next week to the other side of the world, and like I don't know anyone there, and I'm just gonna walk around, like what we're gonna do. But it's literally the feeling, nothing compares. Like a Sunday, the sun's shining, you're all looking around, like you've all got this thing in common with everyone else, because you're all like throwing yourselves out into like that situation. I know, I'm literally getting giddy. Throwing yourself out into that situation, and you're all just there to have a good time and like find something new, and like, oh, it's just
it is incredible. Like you will genuinely love it. And I honestly, like, we always say it if you've listened to the podcast, but like it did make us, like, it literally throws you so far into the deep end that all your limiting beliefs, everything you believe, will just be like washed away, and you'll be left with like,
from then.
I know you do think the unknown is, it's so scary, but like you'll see me there. So I'm going back. Yeah. It is amazing. The quality of life, like the lifestyle. The psychic said to me, she was like, it's like you are there because it will help you so much spiritually. Like it'll help you on your lifestyle, like you were made for it. And I was like, I know.
That you've always said that as well. Like I, like, to be fair, won't live in Australia, like for me, but like I love, for me, like the best thing about being there was like I say, the feeling of being surrounded by all these like similar people, all just like out there for a fun time, like the sun just shining, being like, wow, like we're literally here and doing it, and just so happy. And I remember we were sat on a beach like after a couple of months of being there, and you was like, I will live here. So you could find something that you completely love and literally go and live there forever.
Yeah, fully. And I do think that when I think about it now, like my opinion has changed on like it's there because it's not here. Like I think like my future will be like dotted from there back here to Spain. Like
mine will be so dotted.
That's
literally what the psychic said to me. She was like, you will dot about. I was like Tasha Oakley by any chance, because I admire her line.
She's amazing.
Okay, so the next one, someone asked, any holidays coming up? No.
Well, yeah, technically, I'm going to get my vaccine on Wednesday, and my mum and dad are going to Spain for like a month and a bit, and
a month and a bit now. Oh my god, I literally thought it was 3 weeks. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to go and ask them.
Anyway,
but we're gonna go meet them in a place called Porto Banús, and then they just said they literally sold me at like these whitewash villages with tapas in the hills. I was like, oh my god, I'll be there.
Have a car as well to get round in.
Maybe. Oh. But yeah, so we're going there, and then we are gonna book soon, like Kappa.
Yeah,
Barcelona,
we're going to book little holidays like that. The summer, like, is going to be a European summer. Europe in the summer, like, I couldn't think of anywhere else I would rather be. Wow. It's literally insane. Like, just everyone dotting about. We saw fucking Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan wants to be where we are, then say no more.
So we were sat in a cafe in Croatia, and it's the night we didn't go out because we were like, we are ruined. Like, we honestly, like, it was the best time in Croatia, but like, we partied a lot, and like we just needed a break, so we went and had like a risotto, and I was like,
the risotto was
it was so cheesy. We were like,
Sam was literally like, she hated it. She hates like things that are too cheesy. So I was like, right, I'll take one for the team. I'll halve it with you. And she literally passed it over to me and was like, enjoy, it tastes like cheesy beans. And I was like, why would you fucking say that? Like, I've literally took one for the team and said that I'll have it.
Yeah, but when you tried it, you were like, yeah, it's actually
because you put that in my head. But if you hadn't said it, I would rather have not thought about that. Cheesy beans, like, literally,
I know, like literally you'd lift the fork up and it'd be strong.
I hate beans on toast, anything like that.
Ugh. No, but anyway,
I digress.
Someone walked past, like a huge crowd, like what is it?
With
what
a boom
what are those? What are those people?
Entourage.
No, what are those?
Groupies.
Let me finish. Do you know on the X Factor, the dance group?
No.
Loads of it.
Diversity.
They're all walking down the road with a boombox, like diversity, and I literally said to Jen, I was like, who are those gimps?
Yeah,
like, what a gimp.
We were literally like, oh, who's that?
Yeah, and then like everyone from our restaurant, and I'm not joking, like everyone was leaving the meals, like running, like literally sprinting down the road after this person, and we were like, who is it? Like,
it was literally And everyone
honestly,
just got
it was
up.
just us who sat there, like, and we were like to the waiter, who is it? And she was like, oh, it's Michael Jordan. And the boat that he chartered was like, was it
It's
£3
$1 million
million a week?
I thought it was $1 million, but I don't know. But it was expensive. It was like 3 layers. Had like another mini yacht coming off of it. Like, it was
Oh my
just
god, yeah,
fucking
boats
insane.
coming out the bottom.
Yeah.
Beyonce had chartered it a month before and tipped the hostesses on it 300 grand. Mad, that, isn't it?
I want to be on Below Deck.
I know. But yeah, so I don't really know why we digress there.
Oh yeah, Europe in the summer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if Michael George wants to be in Europe in the summer,
Croatia
as
was
do I.
unbelievable. Like, we went there, like, we were going to go to the south of France, and then we were like...
Yeah, we were gonna do a road trip, and I still want to do that at some point.
Yeah.
But maybe we will do that. As
But
a
everyone
couple.
kept saying, why are you going Marseille? Like, it's so, like, dodgy. And I was like,
Oh,
really?
yeah, they did.
So, like, we changed it, and we were like, Croatia, yeah. And honestly, like we literally partied with them for 5
drowned
days.
ourselves in truffle oil.
Oh my god, Croatia was just an actual dream.
It really was
so
good. So yeah, European summer.
Yeah.
Still a mess trying to leave an abusive relationship is a synopsis of the other one.
Yeah. So honestly, like, I just think it's the hardest thing to ever give advice on, because, like, you know that you need to leave that person, like, you know that you don't deserve that. But then I actually read something the other day, and it was like, it's so easy for you to tell someone just leave, but, like, you don't understand, like, the dynamics of that relationship. Like, maybe you feel you need them, like, there's so
Maybe
many
there's
physical...
like abusive as well. Like, we're in no position to like properly give advice on this, just because like we don't know what kind of ties they have. But like, if they left it,
Yeah, and they cry every time.
someone mentions his name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I just think, like, in an abusive relationship, like, obviously the control, like, it whittles you down. Like, you genuinely, like, your self-esteem goes away. Like, you feel like a shell of a person. So, like, they've probably made you feel like you only have them. Do you know what I mean? So it's so hard, like, and I'm sure you probably feel so alone. So honestly, like, I think the best thing to do is go and speak to someone who genuinely knows how to handle an abusive relationship. But I just think always have in the back of your head, like, you are so worth more than that. Like, and it's horrible.
It must
but
knock
you
your
are.
confidence in so many ways to be with somebody, like, just generally anyway, a breakup, but then to be with somebody who treated you like that is gonna have had an effect on things that you probably won't even think about. So yeah, I think, like, genuinely seeking professional guidance is
And
so valuable.
working on you, like, working on building up yourself that somebody else has pulled down, because the last thing you ever deserve is to genuinely believe that probably the lies that he was feeding you, everything. So I'd say, like, just look after, number one, like, look after yourself, make sure that you're really taking care of yourself and that you're surrounding yourself with people that you love. And of course it's going to be hard, like we said, like, we don't know, like, you were so attached mentally, emotionally, we don't know what has gone on. So, like, it's not easy to leave something like that, because also you probably fear the unknown as well, like, and the belief that, like, it's all you're ever going to have, but it's not. And like, there is going to be another side of it that you will eventually get
You've
to.
made the right decision. You just, like, have to keep that at the forefront of your mind. I think,
Yeah.
like, you left it for a reason. Remind yourself of those reasons and get the support and help to, like, move on and, like, work through it.
And our inbox is always open.
Of course, yeah. And last person said, in a really bad trap with bad habits, just don't know how to get out of them. Know that I feel better when I do work on good habits, but just can't seem to keep the motivation up.
I would say, for bad habits, like, we literally did the workshop on this, and bad habits come from, like, not knowing any better. Like, maybe they're subconscious, maybe you don't know you're doing them.
I think
really.
it comes from, like, for me personally, when I get back into bad habits, it's like a sense of, like, I don't have control over this, or like,
so
oh,
true.
like, it's too much to handle, like, I'll always be this way, like, this is just the way that I always go back to, I don't know how to get myself into a better habit. Like, it's all of those little, like, doubts make an excuse for me to be able to keep those habits.
Yeah, and I think it's when you believe that, like, the person that you want to be and the higher self and those kind of habits are not available to you. Like, I know that when I'm in bad habits, I feel lost mentally, and I think that if you don't have a vision for the future that's empowering and that feels good and that you can keep reminding yourself of, you'll always go back to your old ways and the comfort that your ego has, whether it's, like, negative habits or not. Your ego will always go for what's comfortable and what it's always known. So just know that it's not your motivation that's making you do the bad habits. It's because, like, of your belief system. It's because like they're so ingrained in you, and that you can change them, but you need to be more motivated to change and feel empowered by better habits and know how they're going to serve you in a better way.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just prove to yourself the results that you can get. Like I always say, when I was starting meditation, like all it took me was doing it for like a couple of weeks to start to think, like, not consciously think, but it would be throughout the day, and I'd be like, oh, like I want to go and meditate, or like I really enjoyed that this morning, for me to really reap the benefits of it, to then like want to carry it on. With anything, like if I go like the gym for a few weeks and I'm feeling good, and like I go on a night out and I feel better about myself, I'm like, oh, that's a really good habit that makes me feel amazing, so it's easier to keep going. Whereas like if I'm like, oh, like fuck it, like I can't stick to the gym, it doesn't matter anyway, what am I doing anyway that I need to like go to the gym for, like what's the point, then like I can sort myself out of it, and bad habits come.
It's such like it's literally just like disempowering beliefs, that, isn't it? And I think that like a good way to start habits is not to think all at once, like not to think, oh, I'm not happy with my life at the moment, I just need a massive overhaul, so I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week, I'm going to meditate for 7, like just chill, like make it easy and good for yourself. Start off by having a bit, like
setting a water goal, start off by like maybe going for a walk because you like the fresh air, like just a little, I agree,
start little
achievable, sustainable habits.
Start little, start with like things that you can easily achieve to show yourself that you can do it, like if you put your mind to it. Because I think that if you keep making promises to yourself that you keep breaking, like I promise I'll go to the gym on Monday and you don't, and what are you telling yourself internally, like I can't trust myself, like it's never going to work. So make little habits achievable, achieve them, and then slowly build them up, like make it easier, make sure the habits that align with you and that serve you, and they will become easier over time.
I agree.
But thank you so much for submitting your questions. I hope you help. We'll probably do like a little agony aunt series.
That'll be, we've wanted to start for ages. We do ask questions quite a lot on the Instagram as well, so either just inbox us them, or if you see us put a question box up, definitely put one in for us to answer. Say as well if you don't want us to answer on a YouTube video or anything, and we can just inbox you. But you're gonna see more of us on YouTube. I think we want to document the journey. We like big things happening at the moment, and we want to be able, even just for ourselves, to look back in a year's time and like see where we were.
Honestly, like I literally watched for some reason this morning like my little Grease vlog, and I was like, I'd never remembered that if I didn't vlog it.
Little things like stopping at a little cafe on the road trip and things, like definitely.
So we will see you next week on American Mindset.